YouTube, it's Haley and Maxwell. He's taking a nap right now. This is gonna be Maxwell's 5-month update. Pretty much there has been a lot of new things between 4 and 5 months, and I'm making this video a little late. It's kind of 5.5 months, but I'll just recap what's been going on. Pretty much he sleeps a lot better. I've been saying that he was taking naps on his own in his crib, and then he wasn't because we had like kind of been busy a lot and I messed up his schedule a little bit, but we're totally back to him napping on his own, and it's just lovely. He isn't really on a schedule, but he always takes pretty much 3 naps a day. There will be like an earlier type morning nap, an afternoon nap, and then like a late evening nap, and then he usually does something like that pretty much every day, and he's been doing really good. Sometimes he'll wake up just a little bit for like a quick feeding real quick, or I'll need to put the pacifier in his mouth to soothe him, but then he'll go right back to sleep, and he's been doing really good with doing that. But then at nighttime we are still like co-sleeping, mostly bed sharing. Sometimes he'll let us put him in the co-sleeper where he's sleeping on his own, but like in the bed, in the bassinet style co-sleeper that goes in our bed, or the sidecar thing. But most of the time I'm too tired, so when he wakes up in the middle of the night, I end up taking him in the bed and moving everything out of the way. So mostly still bed sharing, but we're planning to possibly try to transition him to sleeping in his crib at nighttime after he turns 6 months, so we'll see what happens with that. Other new things, he totally sits up completely by himself now. Before he was trying to, but still really wobbly. Does it all by himself now. He even his favorite thing we've discovered is to kind of like slap his hands around. He either like slaps the ground or his thighs or you, which I'm hoping doesn't become a super horrible habit as he gets older, but he just likes to like slap at stuff. But that's just like his thing. I don't know if you've ever seen, but like every baby kind of has a thing. Our friends, my friend Sam that used to be in my videos sometimes with me, her son Tyson, his thing used to be that he would take both of his hands and do this. And he did that like when he was happy, and I think he did sometimes when he was mad, but his is slapping. When he's happy, mad, or wants something, he's just slapping stuff. But he'll do that while he's sitting up and stuff, and he keeps his balance just so well now. I try to make sure that he's on a really soft surface when I have him sitting up, but we do have carpet, so I guess that's better than just like a hardwood floor. And then just sometimes he will wipe out. He doesn't really fall backwards that much. I do still try to put the boppy around him a lot if I'm not right next to him. If I'm doing something like in the same room but like at a different area, I'll try to put the boppy around the back of him in case he were to fall backwards. But most of the time if he falls forwards or sideways, because not only can he just sit up on his own, but he also is like trying to attempt to crawl. And he goes from the sitting up position, then leans down on his hands and gets into the position on his stomach where he's trying to crawl towards something that he wants. So most of the time, I'd say about probably like 85% of the time, he'll go from sitting up into the position on his belly successfully and then try to make his way toward what it is that he wants to get. But then the other percent of the time, he tries to go from sitting up onto his belly and he just like doesn't get his hand placement right, and he just falls right on his face. Is your arm stuck? Did you get what you wanted? And most of the time, he's totally fine though, because he'll be on a soft surface most of the time, and he'll just kind of like fall on his face and then just like look around, and like he just composes himself again and goes right back to what he was doing. But sometimes he'll like hit something and I will feel horrible, but I know he's okay. But like, we have those little plastic chain link toys, like the little linkies that link toys together, and sometimes those will be around and he'll fall right on them and I just feel horrible because he'll cry. But all for about like a minute and then he's over it, so I know he's fine. But he's just really rambunctious, adventurous, and wants to get into all sorts of stuff. So he's doing that. We have the jumper behind us. He does go in this sometimes still, but I mean, I try to most of the time. If I'm going to be putting him like down for some reason, most of the time I put him on the floor, which is why I think he's like really getting the hang of like sitting up. He like took to rolling over so easily, and I think that's why he's trying so hard to crawl now, because I give him a lot of down on the floor time. Because with crawling, I'm pretty sure he's going to be doing it so soon. I don't know if I'll be telling you on our 6-month update that he's crawling, but because he is mobile. I don't know if it would be crawling, but he'll like roll to what he wants, or when he's like moving and pushing with his legs, he can go backwards and push back with his hands, and then he can turn himself side to side both ways. Really easy. It's like nothing for him, but he just can't go forward. Forward is the hard one. He can like push himself up really high in his chest, then he'll go back down and use his feet to push like so that his butt's in the air, and then but he can't like quite get the movement of going. But so I just try to give him a lot of down on the floor time so that he can work harder at that, you know, keep using his muscles. But he does go in this sometimes, just if there's something I'm needing to do real quick, or I need a minute where like I'm not gonna grab the baby carrier and put him in there just to have him in there for a minute. Sometimes I'll put him in this, or we have the walker in our kitchen because we have the linoleum floor, so he does use the walker sometimes, and he figured out how to use that this month as well. He can go forward and backward, side to side, and he pretty much likes that. But my most favorite thing, I think, that his new milestone this month has been, is that he reaches up for me. He does it for Rob too, and he does it like when he wants stuff, but he reaches up and it's just the most adorable thing in the world. But because he learned to use the walker, I'll put him in the walker and be doing something that I need to do real quick in the kitchen. Most likely like a cooking thing or like cleaning a dish, but he's just like walking towards me and he's just crying and reaching up and going like, "Hi, pick me up." And I think it's just super cute because now he can ask. It's kind of like we're communicating, you know? I know that we like kind of communicate in like other ways too, like I know like certain cries mean certain stuff when he does certain things, but like this is like the most towards like communicating with each other like actually that we've gotten. So I don't know, it's just really neat, and I love it. So he'll be doing that. Other than that, I think there's not really much that I think I have to update you guys on. Just the sleeping, we're still doing the bath time. We're not really doing like bath time. We've been like I said, doing the showers where he just comes in the shower with me and he like is loving just like the water coming down on him, which is super cool. But we will like occasionally still do the bath together, but it's not really bath, just like get him clean bath time. We'll just do it to kind of be like swimming in the tub, kind of just as like a fun activity. And he's just growing. He's still breastfeeding. We did use disposable diapers for a while. We went on our trip, but we're still cloth diapering, and pretty much that's everything that's going on. So a lot, I know, like so much all in 1 month, so I guess I will see you guys next time for 6 months.